Hey guys, how's it going? This is Andre at Sign Shop TV, and today we are going to be showing you how to make this black piece look like something. Because believe it or not, there's actually some vinyl cutouts in here. We'll have a next video on our Graph Tech on how to upload some files, how to convert a JPEG into a cutting file through Graph Tech, but that's a whole nother video. But today we're just going to look at what happens after you cut your vinyl. He will say, well, how do you stick it from there to, we're gonna be mounting it on the acrylic today, but I'm gonna show you real quick. First, you just gotta look really close to where your cut lines are at. You can see like the letters in here. Just don't go too deep on the blade and just try to pierce through it. And pretty much all you do is peel up a piece of it and then start peeling it up. Of course, this is a very fine cutting here, so I've got to be a little careful. It's not as easy as, so always peel it when you peel a vinyl. Peel it like at an angle. Always peel at an angle like this. Because remember, this is a sticker and it can still get stuck to the top of the lettering, and it really sucks when it does that, because then it pulls the whole thing off and it gets stuck to the back of it and it just gets really messy. Even if you do it at an angle like this, whoop, oh, missed a little bit of that eye, came back. Where you at? There you go. It's kind of messy sometimes. Again, I probably picked one of the worst files to do this with because it's so fine and very hard to pull out. But on my Graph Tech, just so you know, the cutting, when you have your cutter set, make sure your cutter doesn't cut too deep, because then you can't peel it off. So you take the inside. This is what you call in the sign shop world weeding. You weed out all the vinyl that you don't want to keep in your sign. You just poke at it. Some people have different tools. I just use a blade. I just grab the corner and it pops right up. So now the question is, how is this going to get on the glass? How do you get what you just cut on a plotter on the glass? How do you do that? I forgot to mention my tools today. My tools today is going to be a blade, a squeegee, measuring tape, and like always, alcohol and a paper towel. All right, so right now we're going to try to transfer this piece onto here. And it's funny, every time I do it, people ask, well, how are you going to do that? It doesn't make no sense. Well, we're going to create a sticker, and you create that through this. So before our video cut out, we're back on. Our supplies are alcohol, squeegee, masking tape, and a blade, which I have right here, along with our measuring tape. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. This piece is small. Sometimes people have these special bars for the tape. They're like rollers, and they work good. They're fine. But for a piece like this, I just go ahead and push it out. Masking tape there. You gotta be careful because this stuff could, if it's sticky, you gotta remember it's sticky, so I'm gonna kind of grab it a certain way, and I'm not trying to make it look that easy. There's a lot easier ways to do it other than the way that I just did it, that's for sure. There's a little roller thing that you could set it on, and it pulls the mask out, and then you could create a sticker. So there's your sticker. Put this right here. I actually forgot another thing we're going to be using. We're going to be using some blue tape. So this is the same method that you're going to use. Let me run over there and go get my tape. I'll be right back. All right, so blue tape. I'm going to tell you something. Whenever you're doing work like this with this type of product, this is going to be your best friend. And don't go cheap. Don't go to the Dollar General and get the one that looks like this. Make sure you get that 3M blue Scotch tape. It's tackier. It's just way better. I don't know how else to explain it. It just works way better. All right, so this is gone. We don't need that no more. Get the tape off the table. Next step, always remember, nothing sticks to dirt. Get a little bit of alcohol. I got this bottle from Lowe's hardware store. It's just like stout. It just feels good. I've gone through bottles like crazy. An emergency thing, I'm going to tell you right now, it happens to a lot of people. If you're ever in a pickle and you need to get some soap and water or some alcohol in a bottle, go to like the Dollar General and just pour out the Windex or whatever, and then you could use this as a bottle. The bottles suck though. But if you're buying a bottle, get something at Home Depot or at Lowe's. They have good bottles. Just pay the extra bucks. Trust me, you'll thank me later. It's just a better product. All right, so now we got this here. We're gonna put it on the acrylic. What we want to do first is it works a lot better when you put one piece of tape on one end. Small little piece, nothing crazy. Don't go crazy. Just 2 pieces right here, and we're gonna go ahead and try to get it centered and lined up. So we'll go right here. This is how you find your center. A lot of people can do it different ways. From this piece to the last letter is 9, a little bit under 9. It should read the same here. This one's 6 1/4. So what are you gonna do if the left side is 6 1/4 and the right side is 9? What do? You move to the right. You move to the right to try to get closer. Let's say 7. Yeah, it's a little bit closer, 7 1/2. So it's probably gonna be 7 1/4. 7. This one's 8. Well, sorry about that. 7 1/4. 7 1/2. Yeah. So 7 1/2. Make sure that both sides read the same. That's 7 1/2. 7 1/2. Now, what we want to do now that we got both sides here measuring the same distance, now we're going to look for height. Always find a straight edge. So, mind you, this is important. You could do the cutting process fine. You could do the masking process fine. You could do the cleaning process fine. But if you get this process, the last step wrong, you might as well throw away the sign because you don't want no crooked sign. So this is a very important thing. Remember, measure from the end of the vinyl to the edge of the, always use straight edges to get your dimensions. End of the letter, straight edge on the end. Both of these distances are the same. All right, so that's centered. Now we want to make sure that it's straight. Luckily enough, there's a straight line on the vinyl here, so it helps us. This is measuring exactly right under 11 inches. This is almost, yeah, that's 11. This is 11 too, so it's crazy, but it's actually right on the money. So what do now? You create what the industry calls a hinge install method. You literally, what you just do is you've created a hinge, see? And now that you've created the hinge, squeegee down this part. Make sure you squeegee down these letters because they tend to stick sometimes to the backing. And it's just irritating when you're doing an install, it really is. So now you got this up and you just do this. Just install it just like this. You really don't need soap for this. Some people use it, some people don't. All right, so that's it. It's installed. It's not on the paper no more. That's garbage. I like to save stuff. Whatever, people would call me cheap, call me whatever they want. This piece of tape could definitely be used again on this production table for other stuff. So I just like literally stick it to somewhere on the side of my wall because it's a good piece. And then this is the last step. We are gonna just peel it off, and then we got a sign here, completely done. Always peel this at an angle like this. Peel it at an angle. If you go straight across, it could actually pull the vinyl up, and it's just annoying. And that's it, guys. That's how you install a cut vinyl sign from start to finish. Looks clean, people are happy, and guess what? Acrylic signs like this, you put some standoffs, that's why you put these holes in here. You put these standoffs in here, and you put this in an office, FYI, this sign could retail up to $400 in material cost to the sign shop world. Price out your acrylic and you know what you're paying for vinyl. This is a good product to sell. So message us if you have any questions. We get our acrylic from Glance and Tube Light. But if you guys know about some new suppliers or suppliers are watching, tell us about what you're doing, because we want to always reduce our cost and be able to provide a better product. God bless and have a great day.